Paano akong aalis? 3 taon mo nang pinatatakbo ang negosyo mo pero hindi ka pa rin makaalis kahit 3 araw lang? Yung tipong pag nag-leave ka, parang magugulo na ang negosyo mo. Naku anak, I understand that exhaustion. You built this business with your own hands. You know every detail, bawat proseso, bawat customer preference. Pero ito yung painful truth. Kung ang negosyo mo cannot run without you for just a few days, you don't own a business. You own a job. An expensive, glamorous, and exhausting 24/7 job. And the worst part, ikaw lang ang only employee na hindi pwedeng mag-resign. Maraming mga negosyo at mga business owners na nag-iisip sila na normal lang ito. Pero anak, it's not supposed to be like this. Isipin mo to. Nag-umpisa ka ng negosyo dahil sa financial freedom, for flexibility, to create the life you want. Pero somewhere along the way, yung negosyo mo naging prison and you became both the prisoner and the guard. At ang good news, you just need the right systems. Let me share 5 powerful strategies that will help your business run without you. First strategy, gumawa ng isang decision-making framework. Do your employees ask you about every single decision? Kahit na yung mga maliliit, tulad ng, Ma'am, pwede ba itong discount? Sir, ano ang gagawin ko dito? Boss, okay lang ba to? Let me share with you the story of Rochelle. Si Rochelle may-ari ng isang dental clinic. Ang pinakamalaki niyang problema, yung staff niya hindi makapag-decide kung wala siya. Pag may patient na humihingi ng discount, tatawag sa kanya. Pag may equipment issue, tatawag ulit. Kahit na lunch break na si Rochelle, multiple missed calls pa. One time, kailangan niyang mag-attend to an urgent family matter and she was away for 2 days. Alam mo ba kung anong nangyari? Yung clinic niya almost stopped running because walang makapag-decide. Yung mga staff takot na mag-decide, takot na mag-action. Ang patients naman, naging napaka-frustrated at yung iba, umalis na at pumunta sa ibang clinic at hindi na rin bumalik. Rochelle realized na na-train pala niya yung kanyang mga staff na mag-follow instructions pero never niya silang tinuruan kung paano mag-decide. So gumawa siya ng isang decision-making framework. Sinulat niya yung mga common scenarios tsaka mga simple rules sa bawat isang scenario. For patient discounts, senior citizens, or special cases, automatically may discount na yon, while all the others would follow the standard procedure. For equipment issues, minor problems would be fixed and noted by the staff. Pero yung mga major issues na kailangan siya, tsaka lang siya tatawagan. And for appointment conflicts, staff were instructed to reschedule if needed or to politely inform the patient. She posted this framework na malapit sa reception tapos ni-roleplay niya tong mga scenarios with her team. Kaya within 2 weeks, the calls asking for decisions dropped dramatically. And si Rochelle finally took a real vacation with her family and yung kanyang clinic was able to run smoothly. So anong lesson dito? Ang team natin does not lack intelligence. What they lack is permission at saka guidance. Kaya anak, isulat natin yung mga top decisions na parating tinatanong ng ating team. At for each one, create a simple rule. If A happens, then do B. Pangalawang strategy, gumawa tayo ng financial transparency systems. Ikaw lang ba ang only one na talagang nakakaalam sa mga numbers ng iyong business? Yung sales, yung gastos, at yung kita, nasa isip mo lang ba or naka-record sa notebook? Let me tell you about Jenna, who runs a small laundry shop. Ang problema ni Jenna was that siya lang ang nakakaalam kung yung negosyo niya was making money or losing money. Siya yung humahawak ng lahat ng cash at siya rin yung nagtatrack ng lahat ng expenses. Kaso, dito lang sa loob ng kanyang utak. So yung staff niya focus on washing, folding, and handling customers. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung bigger picture. So one time, Jenna got dengue and kailangan niyang ma-hospitalize. So nakiusap siya sa kanyang kapatid to help oversee the shop. Kaya lang, yung kapatid niya had no experience managing money. Hindi niya alam kung magkano yung dapat gastusin sa supplies. Hindi rin niya alam kung yung mga bills ay dapat na bang bayaran or magkano ba ang maiwan na pera pera at the end of the day. So during that week, nagkapatong-patong yung mga laundry jobs, yung ibang pick-ups and deliveries na delay at saka yung mga payments sa suppliers hindi na ibayad. By the time na bumalik si Jenna, yung shop niya was already chaotic. Doon niya na-realize na nag-build siya ng negosyo where siya lang ang nakakaalam ng full picture. So Jenna decided to make finances simple and visible. Gumawa siya ng isang board showing yung weekly sales, expenses, at saka profit para sa kanyang key staff. Nag-share din siya ng isang Google Sheet with her sister and yung supervisor niya at tinuruan din niya na kung paano magbilang ng pera at mag-track ng payments daily. So slowly, staff became more careful with spending. Yung kanyang supervisor naman natutong mag-manage ng money properly. And yung kanyang kapatid could now step in at any time. So ang lesson, kung ikaw lang ang nakakaalam ng numbers mo, you are keeping yourself trapped. Anak, train the right person na mag-handle ng iyong cash. Pangatlong strategy, i-document mo ang iyong expertise. May mga bagay ba sa negosyo mo na ikaw lang ang nakakaalam? Yung mga special techniques, secret contacts, yung mga tips na ikaw lang ang marunong? Pareho ka ba ni May at ni Ryan? Isa silang couple who run an aircon installation and maintenance business. Medyo matagal-tagal na rin silang nag-ooperate, mga bandang 3 years na at meron silang maliit na team. Yung staff nila could handle the standard installation. But when it comes to tricky units o kaya yung mga complex setups, si Ryan lang ang nakakaalam sa mga problem-solving methods na nakakatulong sa kanilang trabaho para maging mas mabilis at maging mas reliable. So 1 week si Ryan had to take a few days off for a family emergency. So si May, sinubukan niyang mag-manage, hawakan yung mga ginagawa ni Ryan. And yung mga staff naman, hinandle nila yung mga routine jobs. Pero may dumating na isang complicated commercial installation at walang nakakaalam kung ano yung exact steps para ma-troubleshoot ito ng mas mabuti. Ang resulta, the job was delayed, clients were frustrated. Na-realize ni Ryan na kahit na after many years of training staff for routine work, yung negosyo pala nila ay still nakadepende sa kanya sa mga critical skills. So ang ginawa niya, dinocument niya lahat. He recorded each step of complex installations, he created troubleshooting guides, he listed supplier contacts, and he made checklists for tricky jobs. Nag-train siya ng isa sa kanyang mga staff thoroughly sa mga previously na medyo secret na methods niya. Meron siyang nakitang staff na ang galing-galing na mag-handle ng complex jobs. So siya yung tinuruan niya. After 1 month, yung staff member na yon kaya nang hawakan kahit ng mga pinaka-tricky na installation, mga troubleshooting, kahit na wala ng constant supervision ni Ryan. Ngayon, even when the couple takes a short break, yung negosyo nila keeps running smoothly. Clients are happy and projects are done on time. So anong lesson? Identify one critical skill that only you have. I-document mo at i-train mo at least isang tao na gumawa nun na hindi ikaw. Make your business knowledge part of the system, not just in your head. Strategy number 4. Mag-create ka ng isang manager. Hindi lang puro empleyado ang mga tao mo. Meron ka bang staff pero walang manager? Yung lahat ng tao, lahat ba sila naka-report sa'yo directly? Let me tell you about June and Mylene who run a chicharon business. Ang problema nila, lahat ng staff nagka-report sa kanila. Yung taong nagfa-fry ng chicharon, yung nagpapak ng orders, yung delivery helper, lahat sa kanila direkta. Now, managing all staff directly, June and Mylene, they felt like they were juggling a dozen tasks at the same time, Iba-iba. Tapos dumating yung oras na June had to step away for a family matter. Nagkagulo-gulo. Yung mga shift, hindi na na-schedule ng mabuti. Yung mga supplies, nagkaubusan na. And yung mga orders, nagka-delay. At syempre, dumami ang mga complaints, nagkapatong-patong. So the staff, actually, they were hardworking. Pero they were just trained to follow instructions and not to make decisions. Kaya si June and Mylene natuto. Na-realize nila na yung negosyo nila could not run without them. Kailangan nila ng isang manager who can oversee the operations. And so, they chose their most reliable staff member and started training them. Not just giving a title, but teaching how to schedule shifts, track inventory, handle cash, resolve customer issues, at kung paano mag-train ng mga bagong hires. They also gave authority. Kapag merong problema na lumabas, decide muna bago mo sabihin sa amin. So for the first month, June and Mylene worked closely with the new manager, guiding decisions, tapos nire-review nila yung processes. And after 3 months, yung manager could run the shop independently na. Si June at si Mylene now check in occasionally without being involved in every small decision. Anak, ito ang lesson. Hindi mo kayang i-scale ang isang negosyo kung bawat task ay kailangang mag-report pa sa iyo. Train a trusted staff member to think like a manager and i-hand over natin yung responsibility dahan-dahan. You will see that your business will start to run smoothly even when you're not there. Strategy number 5, no? Kailangan i-test natin yung negosyo natin kung tatakbo without you. Have you ever tested if your business can really run without you? O takot ka lang na isipin yung possibility na kaya na? Let me share with you the story of Bea, who runs a printing services business. 5 taon, si Bea was present every single day. Walang day off, walang vacation. Kasi yung paniniwala niya is, pag wala ako, bagsak ang negosyo ko. Pero ang katotohanan, she never actually tested it. So yung ate niya challenged her. Sabi, Bea, how do you know na ang negosyo mo ay mag-fail kung hindi mo naman sinubukang iwanan to? And si Bea was very defensive. Sabi niya, basta alam ko. Pero makulit yung kanyang ate, sabi, but did you prepare the business to run without you? Or did you just assume na hindi kaya? So tumahimik si Bea. Tama yung kanyang ate. So ang ginawa nila, nag-eksperimento sila. 3 buwan silang nag-prepare. Tapos 1 week off. Walang calls, walang messages. For 3 months, Bea prepared, documented all the processes, tinrain niya yung senior staff on decision making, nag-set up siya ng reporting systems, nag-create siya ng emergency protocols, and nag-assign siya ng clear responsibilities. Nung ready na, Bea took 1 week vacation with her family. Sabi niya sa kanyang staff, alam ko kaya nyo na eh. I will only step in for true emergencies. The first day, nervyos talaga dahil walang tawag. By day 3, medyo nakapag-relax na siya. And by day 7, na-realize niya, yung negosyo niya was running fine. Better than fine dahil pagbalik niya, her staff were proud. Sabi niya, ma'am, kaya na namin. Sure, merong mga minor issues but they handled them during the time she was absent. All they did was to use the protocols that she created. So Bea learned ng kanyang negosyo, hindi na nangangailangan na nandoon siya every second. What it needed was systems, training, at saka trust. Kaya anong lesson dito? Anak, if you never test it, you will stay trapped forever. So set a date. 3 months from now, prepare your business for that test. Ang goal ng isang business is hindi para i-trap ka. It is to free you in the long run. Free you to spend time with family. Free you to explore new opportunities. Free you to rest without guilt. Free you to be present at your child's school program without checking your phone every 5 minutes. Free you to take care of your health when you need to without your business falling apart. Free you to pursue your dreams. May mga passions ka at probably yung ibang mga income streams. And that freedom comes from systems. Hindi hustle, hindi hard work. Success comes from training your leaders, trusting your team, and sharing your knowledge. And also, being transparent rather than doing everything yourself or keeping control. Yes, nakakatakot anak. When you have been the center of everything for so long, letting go feels like losing control. But here's the truth, you are not losing control. You are gaining leverage. You are multiplying yourself. You are turning 1 pair of hands into 5, 10, 20 pairs of hands that can keep the business running. And the beautiful part, your business might actually run better without you micromanaging every detail. Dahil when you step back, your team steps up. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start with 1 step. Choose 1 strategy from today. Apply it this week. Just 1 strategy, 1 step, anak. A business that relies only on you is not freedom. It's a prison. But with a business with systems, trained staff, at clear processes, that is true freedom. Letting you live the life that you want. Kaya, let's be business-minded Pinoy.